Hello, my name is Dick Shilts. I've spent most of my life coaching basketball. I'm a 40-plus year member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, a member of the First United Methodist Church in Kalamazoo, a member of Isaac's Leadership Board, and a member of Isaac's Anti-Racist Task Force. Several years ago, I was challenged to think about how my life would have been different had I been born black. Reflection on how to answer that led me to read several books I had previously felt I didn't have time to read. It led me to having deep discussions with friends and family, discussions which brought me discomfort about things I heard and said. Then our Dawn Patrol men's study at our church tackled a book entitled Dear White Christians, and a year after that study, we realized that the discussions there would have been much different had people of color been present. That realization led us to invite people of color to join us and to tackle another transformational book, Waking Up White. Our church asked for members to attend a 2.5-day race seminar around that time, and it was there that I began to understand what people meant when they talked about systemic or institutional racism, and how that concept was different from individual racism. I also learned that others like me denied, ignored, or just didn't want to talk about systemic racism. And they certainly didn't want to talk about or deal with white privilege or white supremacy. A 5-day trip south with a friend visiting the Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, then the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, the Dexter Avenue King Memorial Baptist Church in Montgomery, Kelly Ingram Park, the Civil Rights Institute, and 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham all gave me a closer glimpse into what I had previously looked at from afar. I had always felt in my coaching and teaching career that I had been fair to the people of color I had had the opportunity to coach and teach, treating them, as John Wooden once said, with the respect that they earned and deserved. I don't apologize for that. But the damage this institutional racism was doing was a whole new level of reality for me. Somewhere during this transformative period, Dr. Charley Davis spoke from the pulpit of my home church. I knew Charley. I had coached her in basketball camp. She played basketball with one of my daughters at Kalamazoo Central. And I knew her mom and dad. She was a top, if not the top, student athlete at Kalamazoo Central. And now she had a PhD and was inviting me to join with her in building a more beloved community. I couldn't resist. So I joined Isaac a few years ago because I wanted to learn more about why racism was still so prevalent and to learn ways that I could do better at opposing it. I stay in Isaac because I like being around folks who know more than I do about how to do this. I like Isaac because the people I have met here care about doing what is right. The people in Isaac are honest, even when it becomes uncomfortable, and they inspire me with their selflessness. My friends in Isaac have teachable hearts, and they genuinely want to be part of the solution rather than remain part of the problem undergirding systemic racism. They are empathetic. They try to see life through the lenses of people who have been marginalized, forgotten, and harmed. And that seemed important to me. Isaac members are also open-minded, and they want not only to gather information, but to act upon that information as well. Isaac challenges me to do more, but Isaac also assures me that their members will walk with me. Isaac has changed me by encouraging me to look within before looking outward. Isaac has enabled me to grow in my awareness of the harm systemic racism is doing to people of color, and how that harm has to be acknowledged, seen, sometimes even felt as best we can by people like me, before it can be successfully opposed or reduced. Isaac has helped me turn anger into loving persistence, urgency into patient perseverance, and hate into hope. A work that I now know I'll be engaged in until I take my final breath. I have become a gem, and it has added richness and more purpose to my life. If you are watching this video and still wondering about Isaac, I invite you to join us and see how your life will be challenged and enriched too.